The final result of doing a reconstruction, of course, is the engineering report that you may generate, or in some states they don't require that. It may be testimony that you give either by deposition or by testimony at trial. The number one concern, of course, is to be a friend of the court and not to be an advocate for either side. In that regard, the attitude I have when I put together, say, an engineering report or I'm about to testify is, how will that testimony be received by my peers? The other side typically has a professional engineer that they've retained. My concern is, how is he or she going to perceive what I'm saying? Is it something that is commonly accepted in our field? Is it something that, if there wasn't litigation involved and we sat in a room, we'd eventually agree? Now, I will say that a lot of engineers disagree about certain concepts, and that's fine, because engineering is not an exact science when it comes to reconstructing. And a lot of times the engineer on the other side may have different information than I have for his opinion. But if it's a level field, that is to say everybody has the same data, then we should come to an agreement in principle on, say, causation or something similar. I found that, as a rule, most professional engineers, if they're on the other side, will come to an agreement in some fashion as to causation if everybody has the same facts. We may disagree as to standard of care. We may disagree as to what should have been done in terms of a sequence of events leading up to the issue. But when it comes to the actual engineering involved, we should be fairly close, and we shouldn't disagree that much. Usually, two engineers will disagree on standard of care items rather than the actual engineering. Usually, the actual engineering, if both engineers are competent, they'll pretty much agree on. So, at the end of the day, the intent of myself or other engineers that are in this field is to provide testimony and written reports that, in essence, help the court, help the trier of fact, rather than being an advocate for the side that retains us. Most competent engineers that I know have that ethical basket behind their work.